Daddy, we're doing.
I'm doing a podcast, Dizzy. Hello and welcome to the Too Cool for School podcast. I'm your host Yannick, and on today's episode we are looking through the lens of content creator and photographer. We've got a special guest with us today and I'll allow them to introduce themselves.
I'm Fizz Van Cassel, content creator, photographer, businessman. And yeah, man, we're going to get into it today, Yannick, man.
Okay, great stuff. So, some quick fire questions before we start off.
Yeah.
What's the first camera you ever bought?
So, Sony A7R3. Yeah, and I still got that today.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've upgraded since then.
You upgraded since then? Cool. What's the most expensive equipment or photography item you've ever purchased?
Ooh. I'll say it's my 70 to 200 G-Master OSS 2, 2.5 bags. Yeah, that's the most expensive single item. My camera's probably my Sony A7R4 might be worth more, but I got it second hand, you know what I'm saying?
2.5?
2.5 Rakins, bro.
That's crazy, man.
Bro, it's not cheap, bro. It's not cheap. Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
not cheap. It's not cheap at all. Yeah.
That is, I can't fathom that.
Hey,
but
bro.
are there, do you think like in the photography game, like you need to spend and buy quality so that the work that you're producing is quality, or can you get away with, you know, having, and I don't want to say cheaper, but having like moderately priced equipment and still get the job done?
I understand exactly what you're saying, and this is the thing. This is what everyone thinks, that you need the top gear. There's people shooting with cameras that ain't even the highest spec, but it depends on what your angle is. But to answer your question, no, you don't need the best camera, like, because you might not even know what you're doing with your settings. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to be fair, there's people that are working with iPhones making bigger paper than the people with professional equipment. It just depends on what type of clients you want, what kind of spaces you're trying to get into. Because if you're, for example, working in the corporate space, which Van Cassel Media does a lot of, we work with corporate clients, then it's often like optics, you know what I'm saying? When you pull up with the rig, everything is set up, you got your gimbal, you got your camera, it's like a proper, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They feel like, it's all psychology, but bro, you
also
don't need
you're
that.
saying a lot of things that I'm just like gimbal, but I've got no idea.
So that's just
what you're
a
talking
stabilizer. You know, when you see videographers and they're holding, they're holding something and they're just making sure, your shots are smooth.
Okay.
So that's what a gimbal is like, just a camera stabilizer.
That's proper. And where did this passion come from for photography? Because I've been looking at a lot of your content online and you do more than just take pictures and videos. Like you narrate your experiences, the good, the bad, like the funny, and you're someone that you're taking people along the journey with you. And I say to myself, damn, like there's something different about what, you know, Fizz is doing. So where did that passion come from?
I appreciate that. Bro, you know, it is when I decided that I'm gonna do this, it's like, yo, I gotta keep pushing. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously it's a digital age, bro. You gotta move with the times, innit? So I was doing photography. I've been doing it 4 years now. You know what I mean? But I didn't always put myself out there. I didn't even have Instagram when I started, bro. No social media. If I weren't doing photography, I wouldn't even have. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
So I done that just to put my work out there. But then it's like, just taking good pictures isn't enough, bro. Like, clients need to know what you're like. They need to know your personality. And I remember last year, one of my goals was, yo, this is the year I become a content creator. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Started doing the uncomfortable ones, getting in front of the camera. It's intimidating, bro. Like, it's weird, uncomfortable getting in front of the camera. Yep, talking to the camera, looking into the lens, trying to act like someone's actually there behind it. So I started doing that last year. And then, obviously, I was doing various bits. So I was educating on what I actually do in terms of my setup, little gems that I thought was anything. Like, I can't lie, I thought this should be standard, but clearly it wasn't, because the reception that I was getting was all right. And then there was a moment that changed everything. Like, I was at a shoot at Charlton at the games, and obviously a lot of these photographers they like the sports, like they're on the sports kind of content, they like that. So I had a conversation with a young lady, and like I weren't even gonna post it, bro.
Yeah.
And I put it online. I didn't think too much of it. It just started going, bro. It started
Viral.
going, bro. 300k views
Wow.
in like a week and a half. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here? So can I swear?
Yeah, no, you can do your thing, yeah.
Cool. So I was like, what the hell's going on here? You know what I mean? And then that's what kind of made me like, because I was experimenting, bro. It was a new space, innit?
But what was it about that interaction that was special?
Hey, I guess it was a bit.
Looking back on it, what do you think?
Looking back on it, it was a bit of my personality, yeah. And I'm a friendly guy. I'm an extrovert.
Yeah.
That's just me naturally.
Yeah.
And a lot of sports photographers in that space, everyone keeps themselves to themselves. Like
Okay,
they're all kind
yeah.
of stush. That's why it's foreign. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's why people are engaging with my content. Obviously, my personality, I'm a bubbly person. Naturally, I'm very positive. So that helps. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can get a 360 camera, but if you're not bringing your life and confident and just staying true to yourself, it might not hit. If you're trying to put on a show and you know what I mean, you're trying to force things, then it might not work. But bro, if you're staying true to yourself, no matter what that looks like, you find your lane, then I don't feel like I answered your question, you know, because you asked me where did the passion come.
No,
yeah,
you did.
Alright,
I mean, we sort of flowed from there, so that's important. And so
to go back here, because you've known me a while and I've never always been the photography guy, innit?
Yeah.
I can't lie, I was the guy when I go on holiday and that, don't give this guy the phone to take pictures, he's gonna screw it up. I was that guy. Do you know what I mean? And then I went away with my boy, and this is why I introduced myself as a businessman, because I'm an opportunist. I try and spot opportunities, and then you get me, I capitalize and try and execute. I went on not holiday, my boy went on tour, you get me, and he had a photographer, videographer with us, innit?
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm there just to support my mate, you know what I mean? He's making music, you get me? Shout out Scribs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he went on tour with Blast.
Yeah.
So I'm there, we're in Amsterdam, rolling around, the photographer, videographer, he's there as well. I'm seeing how he's maneuvering, but he's getting paid.
Yeah.
And the whole trip was paid for. I'm thinking, rah, like,
Wow.
and he's here cutting through with us. And I see him, couple moments, it looked too light. I was like, nah, I'm sure I can do this. But even rewind before that, I remember again, Scribs at his one of his shoots, proper setup, full rig, everything. They got directors there, everything. And I was like adding my two comments. You know what I mean? But they were hearing what I was saying.
Yeah. So you was getting a little taster of it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they were receptive to it as well.
Do you know what I mean? So that positive feedback that I was getting was like, even though it didn't manifest to what it's become now, but that was a seed, bro. That was a seed. When they were hearing what I was saying and actually like, oh yeah, let's do what you just said. These are people that have been in this space. They're like, I was like, all right, cool. And then I joked. I was like, you know, I'm going to get a camera and join the team. Look, I joked. I was not serious. And then boom, started all that. And then, from there, I just fell in love. I fell in love with it, bro. I started enjoying it. And now we're here, man.
So then, cool. Because how old are you? You must be like 31, 32.
32.
31, 32. 32 years old. You just started 4 years ago.
4 years, bro.
So family, friends would have known you for 28 years before that. And then all of a sudden, you've backed out a camera. You're saying, guys, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like, how did your family react to that? How did your friends react to that?
They were calm, man. They were calm. Like, I'll be real. Like, family, they were supportive. Obviously, I still work at the same time, so it's not like I'm leaving my job to now chase this. I think that would have been a bit different. You know?
Yeah.
But because I'm still working, I've got my income, I'm secure. It's like, all right, cool, I'm going to pursue this and see where it takes me. Everyone was calm. It was calm. But I don't think anybody knew that it will
grow this much,
Like, even I didn't, bro. In all honesty, I never thought that I would be in front of the camera and I'm doing behind the scenes and I got all of these followers that are interested in what I'm putting out.
So is the goal at some point, and I don't know if your employers are watching this thinking, "Raw, let's see what he's gonna say." But is your goal at some point for
bro.
this to be full
Hey,
time?
listen, you don't want anybody controlling your time, man.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I have to be in control of my time, man.
Yeah.
Ownership, bro. You know what I mean? I have to be able to own something. You know what I mean? I'm a father. You get me? I got to be able to pass something down. Like, I feel like that's important. And it's not necessarily like I have to sack off the job. Obviously, long term, by the grace of God, that's what I want in it. That it's making enough, because that means it's making enough. Because I won't leave my job unless it's
anything less than that.
do you know what I mean? And I remember seeing a guy online saying, don't leave your job, and wrongly or rightly, unless you've made 3 times what you're making at your job for more than 3 to 6 months. So I'm actually like, alright, cool. Until it's that, I'm not living. I got mortgage, bro. Like I said, I'm a father. You know what I mean? I'm a family man. I got people to take care of.
Yeah, that's
So,
important.
Like you said, I'm 28, bro. So
Yeah.
it's different. It's different for me, man.
And I wanted to know as well, like, and obviously, like the photography content scene is something that I'm not familiar with, and it seems to me as if it's an individual type of sport, because I know you gave the example earlier of you being sociable, connecting, and that's not something that is common within that field. Do you find that within that field it's competitive? And what does that competition look like for those on the outside who may not know what your day-to-day looks like? For example, you're at Charlton. Like, how many people have access there? Like, where do you sit? Where's the best place, to sit? Are you in front of another cameraman? Is there auditions for these corporate opportunities? Like, who gets the contract? Like, what does the competition look like? And what separates the guy who's at the top, who gets the, oh yeah, man, this guy got that contract again, compared to the ones at the bottom chasing the crumbs? What does that look like?
Yeah, you asked me a lot, so I might...
No, break it down.
But the first thing is there competition? Yes. I feel like it's one of the most saturated industries, because the point of entry is low. All you need is a camera. You're a photographer.
iPhone.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
Even
you
an
said,
iPhone, do you get it? The point of entry is so low. So it is saturated. Like, and that's why, you know what I mean? You got to find your lane. I don't shoot parties like that, because I understand that you're not going to pay me what I want, and there's another person that can just offer you something so cheap, and then boom, they're in there. You know what I mean? So I'm not even competing on that field. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, it's mad competitive. It's stiff. People don't wanna, you know what I mean? Even now, bro, when I go to sports, that's why, like, for me, it means a lot when I see someone approach me, like, and be like, yo, respect, I love what you're doing. The man's got older guys in their 40s, their 50s, bro. Like, yo, I see your content, I'm rating your content, la la. And it's like, raw, it's every single
amazing.
time, bro. It don't get old. Do you know what I mean? But there's guys that are, they don't like it, bro.
Wow.
There's guys that don't like it, bro. It's similar to, I feel like, when the internet first came about, the older folk, they didn't really want to get with the technology. They're like, no, what's this technology? Because it's new, it's fresh, you get me? But yeah, man, for everything, for any change, for anything new, there's opposites, you get me? There's people that are going to be against it, and there's definitely that. And then what was the other one you asked me about? Auditions, how do you get it?
Yeah, so like, what separates the guys that are at the top from the ones that are
So obviously your portfolio is important, innit? Portfolio is our CV. So what you've shot, how you've shot, putting together a nice package. You got to be a businessman, innit? You know what I mean? You got to be able to communicate your services well. You get me, in a way that people can easily, because you know how it goes, people expect their attention spans are small. You know what I mean? You work in education, I assume you hire, so you see CVs. If someone, what do they say? The average is 3 seconds people take to read a CV. So it's got to grab you. It's the same for a portfolio. It's got to be capturing. It can't be boring. So portfolio is important. And then it's, bro, who you know, man. It's who you know, bro. You
Yeah.
know the right people. You know the right people that can put you in the direction of the right people.
Yeah.
You go and connect
No,
the
that's
dots.
it. That's important.
Mhm.
And in terms of portfolio,
Mm.
like how do you know
Mm.
what employers or people are looking for? Because I'm assuming in the 4 years you must have taken how many photos? How do you know out of all the photos you've taken, okay, I'm gonna use this one, I'm gonna use this one, yeah, they're definitely gonna like, you know, this one, etc.
Yeah, you got to study, bro. It's like anything. You got to study whatever you're trying to put your time into. Obviously, this is man's craft, bro. And it's mad because obviously when I first started, I was doing both photography and videography. So whilst I'm watching a movie, even now, billboard, bro, it could be anything. I'm analysing, did they choose that picture on that billboard? I'm clocking the lighting. I'm clocking how they're doing it. Like, all right, cool. They liked it like that. I'm online. I'm looking at flyers, posters. Why did they choose that photo? Do you know what I mean? Certain, even like when I got my clients, I look at what's on their page. What do they like to post? What do these like organizations use? What photos do they use? Footballers, man, work with footballers. What do the main footballers post? What types of shots is it? Because again, another rule that they say in sports photography is don't shoot no one from the back. But a lot of them like that. It's their surname and their number. Do you know what I mean? So it's clocking, all right, cool. That's what the footballer would use, but then again, there's a difference because what does the club use? Because what the club might use and what the footballer's going to use are two different things. But you got to be able to know, all right, cool, when I send it to, because when I take my pictures, I send it to the boys, you know what I'm saying? That, but you also send it to the club. But I'm not going to send...
Same thing.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
be strategic with it because I've studied what
Yeah.
I'm doing. So it's about looking at, like... who do I want to be like? For example, you might have a photographer that inspires you, or you see their photos gets used, or they're at the top, whatever the top looks like to you. Do you know what I'm saying? Study that and be like, alright, cool. You know what I mean? You see that, you might tweak a few bits and bobs, but ultimately you got to study, pre it, and then add your spice to it.
No, that's good, man. That's insightful. And you know when you was given the example of, you know, you could be like looking at a billboard, photos, seeing stuff online, and you're just thinking about the lighting and whatever, the lighting and, you know, the angles and whatever else. When do you attach? Because there's photos and billboards everywhere.
Bro, never, bro. But that's the thing when it's not work, bro. Like, when it's bigger than it just being work, when it's a real passion, like...
Yeah, you're locked in.
You're locked in. This is fun to me, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love this shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, you're never... Even when I'm watching a movie, I'm looking at certain scenes, like, I might think a film is cold just because of how it was shot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? The storyline might be just calm, but it's like, yo, they used a lot of wide angles, or I like the way they were always punching in, or the camera, the shots, you know what I mean? It could make the movie.
That's why you go to, you know, when you're looking at these like movie awards and whatever, that's why they're giving awards not just to the actors, but the photographers, directors, the makeup artists,
Facts.
and, you know, all of these.
Bro,
There's movies where the actors ain't won, but the makeup people have won.
Facts.
Because everyone's like, yo, I don't know what you put on my man's face,
do you get it?
but, you know,
Bro,
like that was
lie.
proper.
Yo, the craft, when you put in hours for your craft, you should be rewarded, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of work that goes on behind scenes that people don't see. Like, for them to be at the level they're at, be in the rooms they're in, there's a lot, bro. And there's sacrifices, brother. Sacrifices. Like, but nah, there's no switch off, man.
No, that's
It's go. It's
go. It's go all the time. That's
bro.
That's cool, man.
It's 24/7.
And I wanted to know what's, you know, it's been 4 years. In the 4 years, do you feel like you're a veteran? Like, how long do people last?
Baby,
man.
I'm a baby, bro. I know I'm still loading. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm so early on, and that's because I know what I'm trying to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know where I'm trying to get to, and I have a vision in mind. You know what I'm saying? So I know that, yo, this is just the beginning, bro. I've only been doing content for a year. Do you know what I mean? Like, Like,
And the reason I asked that, and some people might be saying, 4 years, like, why is he saying he's a veteran? Because everyone that looks in and listens know that I come from an education background. In education, the turnover of staff means that you can be out of school 4 or 5 years and feel like you've been there for donkeys because you see people come and go. So I wanted to know, is it the same in like photography? Do people come and be like, rah, this is a bit long, you know?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're looking at their Instagram posts and they ain't posting that
Nothing.
since 2024.
Nah. Facts. Generally speaking, it definitely gets like that. Even people that reach out to me, some people be like, because I get a lot of people DMing me, asking me loads of questions, etc. But people are like, yeah, I stopped shooting for X amount of time. I'm looking to get back into it. What camera, etc.
Well,
But that's very common, bro, in the space. But that's the thing. That's because a lot of people are like trying to, like, I won't say do too much, but you're being too stiff. Like, I remember when I first started and I'm trying to get jobs for other people. It's like, yo, are you willing to work for free? Are you willing to negotiate what your rates are? If you're not willing to do that, bro, allow it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you're not really on this thing like that, bro. When I first started, I said yes to everything, bro. Like,
I feel like not just in photography, people have this mindset of, you know, they go on a person's Instagram post, it's 2026, they're seeing the success that they're experiencing in the current moment, and they're like, I want to do the same role and get that success right now. But you need to scroll down. You need to scroll down and see when they started off and their first post was 11 likes and no comment. You know what I'm trying to say? And then they just kept hustling and they just kept, you know, being, you know, consistent. And,
literally.
you know, like even with me, like when I post stuff now and I get a certain amount of like views and engagements, everyone's like, yo, Jan, like I see a couple of your stuff on TikTok, on socials, like it's going viral, da-da-da-da. But I remember early doors when I would post stuff and it's not popping, and then my boys are like, yo, just, you can boost it, pay for sponsorship. And I'm like, it's gonna come. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like the sheep will come, the flock will come to me. You just gotta be, you know,
active.
You just gotta be active. You just gotta be, you know, consistent. And I didn't want to be that page that someone goes to and it's like, maybe he ain't did nothing because he ain't posted in a year.
Facts.
Because as soon as I see that, for me personally, you ain't posted in a year.
Forget it. Trust me.
I ain't effing with you.
Bro,
because if you don't care about your hustle, why should I care about your hustle?
Like I said, people reach out to me, boom, boom. They want to do this, they want to do that. I go on their page. Your page is private. You're not even advertising that you're on a photographer. You're not even helping yourself. You want someone else to help you. It don't make no sense. And that's the thing. People don't see and appreciate the journey. That whole experiences, the challenges, the ups and downs, the figuring it out. You're seeing my content now and you're thinking, raw, like, but they don't see the meaty ones when I'm in my house and I'm setting up my camera. They're not seeing that. I found my lane. But I only found my lane through experimenting, bro. You get me? I tried bare different type of content before I found my lane in this type of content. But people ain't on that. People are like, oh yeah, boom, my man's doing this. Let me go on.
Let me go and do that.
That might not be what your thing is. You get me? You gotta do your thing and then analyze how they've received it and then tweak it, change it, try different bits and bobs. Literally.
No, that's important, man. That's important. And through the 4 years, what would you say has been like your most toughest like experience?
Hey, that's a good question. My toughest experience. Hey, what would I say is my toughest experience? I've had the experience like with, like when I was doing more concerts and that. I was doing a concert and like, yo, one lady just had it out for me, bro. Yo,
How?
She had it out for me. She didn't want man in the team. She was trying to get man. Like, obviously there was a 2-day, I won't mention the artist, but there was a 2-day kind of show, back-to-back day. The first day, bro, she just didn't like man. I bucked her before. And obviously I was on stage, at one other thing. And she was trying to tell me to get off the stage, like, But I'm thinking, why? Like, I'm just trying to shoot. I'm just trying to work. She basically tried to chat to another brother, and be like, yo, make him. Johnny tried to. I showed him, bro, I'm here. I'm working. Like, what's the issue? Type thing. Had a reasoning, and he's like, calm, do your thing. And then now I've bucked her at another show, and she's just trying to get me off the team, like not working. And I didn't understand why. Like I said, I'm more of a bubbly guy. That is foreign to me. But that was a challenge, bro. I was like, yo, how do I deal with
How do you
this?
navigate that?
You get what I'm saying? And to be honest, I don't even know if that answers your question in like, I don't know if that... But
No, it does. It does.
That and... that is probably the only bit. The quiet periods is calm. Can't lie, like I said, I've always got my source of income, so it's not like I'm relying on that. But I'm pretty easy going, bro. I don't really see like.
And in terms of that field, what's the demographic in terms of like the people that you work around, the people that are within those space? What's the demographic in terms of like race, gender, age? Who are the photographers? Like if someone, you know, was to come to your company or come to Charlton and see the work that you do, and they're lining up all the photographers, is it like a clique or a standardized? Oh, you're gonna see, you know, these type of people, or is it varied? Like, what are you seeing when you're in these spaces?
Sports photography, definitely middle-aged white men. Yeah, it's definitely older people that have been doing it for ages. 100%. Like, obviously the youngers were coming in now, innit? Do you know what I mean? But that's predominantly what you're finding in the corporate space. You're gonna find as well. You're gonna find majority white people as well, to be honest. But I've been to corporate shoots and you one-off black videographer there. Do you know what I mean? That's why I can't lie. Like with Van Castle Media, it's like a breath of fresh air. We was at the UK Business Show last year. Mars was there as well. He's behind the scenes, but we was there last year, and bro, the energy was different around our booth because it's young, it's fresh. Like people are curious, they're intrigued, they're asking questions, they want to know more because it's like, yo, what's going on here? So you're not really gonna find like especially when there's a group, because like I said, a lot of people are out here working singular. You know what I mean? It's not like a team thing. They're just a freelancer. But I'm not trying to do the freelance. I'm trying to build a business. Do you know what I mean? When you do like private events, for example, parties and that's where you find your more younger, your black people, especially the kind of parties that are popping nowadays, like these bait ones, you know what I'm saying? Not to mention any names, but yo, that's where you find the young.
And is it male dominated, or do you see like a couple females here?
No. There's females. There's females doing their thing. There's definitely females. Even in sports, like there's females doing their thing. But I can't lie, it's male dominated, man. Yeah, it is. But I feel like like it's like any industry apart from maybe like modeling. This might be a bit controversial. Modeling, fashion is male dominated.
And do those photographers have a monopoly on the links that they share their photos with? So I'm assuming like the newspaper, like the newspapers and whatever else.
People have connections, but like I said, that's the older guys that have been doing it. They're plugged in, but ultimately, no, bro. Nah. That's one thing I can't even lie, bro. When I first come in, I was like, how can we monopolize this thing and dominate? But it's a myth, bro. It's too, everyone's not. It's not that, man. Everyone's just trying to do their own thing. Like,
so in the 4 years that, you know, that you've been shooting and doing content, what would you say is like the photo that you're most proud of? Like the one you would frame on your wall and be like, this is my, you know, I'm gonna say Mona Lisa.
Yeah. I mean, I remember I got a picture on a billboard. That was a special moment.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like 7 months in shooting, bro.
What picture was that?
DEE. Yeah.
When he did what?
It was Spotify. They put it in Leicester Square, bro. A picture that I took with my hands like this. and edited.
That's crazy.
Bro, it was on the billboard, bruv. I went there, I took a picture in front of it, but I was proud, bro. You know what I mean? I was like 7 months in. And then I'll speak to people and they're like, bro, people have been working 5, 6, 7 years doing this and they haven't had a picture on a billboard. So that was a special moment. Would I have that framed? I can't lie, I'm not framing another man in my yard.
Yeah.
Because when you're asking me that, I'm thinking about, I got a picture of Ian Wright and Robert Perez. That's the picture I'm framing. But any picture I've taken, there's some, to be fair, I got a cold picture of Gillespie in Wembley. Yeah, playoff finals, Charlton versus Leyton Orient. I like that picture. He's about to hit the ball, but the way he's posing, yeah. I remember someone even commented, bro, like, this is a perfect picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that billboard was a moment, bro.
That's big, man.
That was a moment.
That's big,
still.
and you got credited for that as well.
Yeah.
No,
I got
that's
credited, bro.
That's amazing.
And
man.
you know what's mad? Just a story on that. How I even got to even shooting at that shoot was only because I messaged a man on Instagram. That's another thing that when I first started, bro, I'm hunting opportunities down. I'm not trying to just wait for things to come from me. I'm actively seeking opportunities. Messaged a man on Instagram. He's like, yeah, boom, he's shooting a music video. I didn't ask him who, I didn't ask him no questions. Said, say no more, I'll pull up. Pulled up. I've seen okay as DWE shoot. Whatnot. That one paid work, bro. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? That's some things that people are not willing to do. Everyone wants, what's the budget? Hustle. Come on, bro. And then look, I managed to get, and that feeling of having that was worth more than what he would have paid me. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? It's worth way more.
Yeah, but now the price has gone up though.
The price is
now
up.
There's budget.
Bro, I priced myself out of jobs still. I'll be real.
Now there's budgets, man.
It's a lot to, like, even there's minimum. Like, I'm not stepping out for no less.
That's proper,
honest.
man.
I'll be honest.
And even now with all the successes that you've experienced, we know like life in general, work in general, it's not always smooth sailing. So I wanted to know, like, even now, like, what are some of the things that you still struggle with?
Good question. Imposter syndrome's real. Sometimes it's like, am I supposed to be here? You know what I mean? Like, am I supposed to be here? I definitely struggle with that sometimes. And then even like in terms of my like content, like every now and again, it's like, I feel like I'm doing the same. I feel like it's meaty, like everyone's seen everything already. Like, what more can you get like out of me? Like, I'll be chatting to my boy, like, yo, I need to switch this. Should I change this? Should I change that? Should I do this? Should I do that? You know what I mean? So I still like, I wouldn't say I doubt myself. I definitely don't doubt myself, but it's almost questioning what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? That is something that I definitely still get challenged with. And am I doing enough, bro? That's one thing about me. Like, I never feel like I'm doing enough. Like, I feel like there's always more I can be and should be doing. Like, that's why I rarely switch off, bro. And that's the thing about this photography thing, bro. You see, man, that shoots and all that. That's only a certain aspect. When you go home now, you're editing. After you're editing, you're packaging it up. After you package it up, you're sending it out. Then you're preparing it for social media, multiple platforms. If you do content, then you're editing your content. And like I said, if you're trying to build a business, you're reaching out to people. There's client acquisition, bro. You got to be reaching out. You got to be looking. You know what I mean? It's never ending, bro. It's never ending still.
And for me, I feel like, you've perfectly described what ambition is. That's ambition. You don't, like, you don't want to stop. There's more. Like, you go through one door, and if there's not another door, you build another door. And you're like, what's going, what's going on here? Like, there's no ceilings. And I think to be at that stage and to be at that place in life, like, it's so, powerful. And that's why even I'm so thankful for this platform here, because the opportunities that have come from here have opened my eyes and made me realize, hold on, like, no, there's a lot out there.
Come on, yeah.
And if it's if it's not things that are coming to me, then I'm going to find. I'm going to find. I'm going to open those doors and open those, opportunities. So,
Facts.
that just sounds like ambition. And we're ambitious people, and we're going to keep hustling and keep pushing. And that's important.
Bro. It's important.
And,
it's important.
You mentioned imposter syndrome before. And that's something that I've spoken about personally in previous, episodes. But I wanted to touch on, for you, what triggers that? Because you don't feel like that all the time. So what comes into your mind, or what do you experience where all of a sudden the imposter syndrome now kicks in?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. I feel like it's just like when you're in certain spaces, yeah, and it's like sometimes you gotta almost tailor, how you would like maneuver, which is standard. You get me? Depending on the room and the audience, you naturally have to tailor your approach, innit? But sometimes, like, there's certain people that they're not doing that. If I'm totally honest with you, Yannick, bro, like, since I've like had the reception, yeah, on like the positive feedback from social media and all that, it's been a while since I've felt that imposter syndrome, because that positive reinforcement that people actually like how I am, me as being me, that positive reinforcement has helped a lot, that I know, I can show up as me and just be me. So if I'm being real, it's been a while since I've felt like that, but...
That's important, man. I feel like in the various spaces that we navigate, it's important to be like our authentic selves,
Real
and
it's hard to do, man.
That's like so it's good to hear, and keeping on that theme of like authentic self, like within your space, within the creative space, like how have you found that you've been embraced in the creative space, and have there been times where you felt like, raw, you know what, I've not been embraced, I'm actually being shut out or pushed aside? And I know you gave that example of when you was at the concert with that woman, but have you had any other experiences?
No, we give thanks to God, bro. We thank God, bro, because I haven't had where it's like I feel like, but then at the same time I'm not watching for that. Do you know what I mean? I don't really care if you want to repost, or if you want to share, or if you want to like my thing. That's totally up to you. But I've definitely felt the embrace where people are following and commenting, and I get messages all the time. I love, if I can show you now, like, I love your content, bro. Like, I'm coming from Australia, I'm coming from Brazil, I'm in Portugal, I rock with your content. I really like how you conduct yourself, and like, and things and moments that I just think are normal, like, it's just calm, I'll post it and it's flying. Like, it's flying. So I feel embraced, bro. I feel the love. I never expected this to have the followers and all of this, and all these people reaching out that I have, people telling me that because of what I'm doing, they've went and bought a camera. Because of what I'm doing, they're now confident enough to record their behind the scenes because of them seeing me. Do you know what I'm saying? I never expected that. So that makes me feel good, you know what I mean? That makes me feel embraced, like, and they're letting me know.
That's
like,
powerful, man.
They're letting me know.
And that's battery, that's battery for us. There's been many times like that I've sat down and I'm like, oh man, God, this is getting long. Doing these recordings, finding the guests, the guests that I want, to really be in line with, the message and the purpose that I want to share and whatever else. And then all of a sudden I get a DM, I'm like, yo, man, like, I love this episode, and da-da-da-da-da. Or someone will message me over there and they're like, yeah, I just finished watching, episode 15. And I'm like, 15? I shot that like 4 or 5 months ago. Bro. But they're like, no, I'm not even trying to skip to what you've posted now.
Yeah.
I'm following that journey.
But you know what the key is? You understand it's bigger than you, bro.
Yeah.
That's the superpower, bro. When it's bigger than you, just unstoppable, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's not about anything else. There's people out there that need what you're giving. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can't fail. When your mission is not about you and it's about service, you can't fail, bro. You cannot go wrong.
Yeah, no, that's important, man.
Because if you help 1, 2, 3, 4 people, that's enough, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's enough. You're changing lives. That's a seed you've sown.
Yeah.
Someone's now taken something that you've come up with, an idea that God has placed within you. Yeah. They've taken that. That's a seed you've sown. And now, whatever they do, whatever rewards they reap, whether you know it or not, bro, that's coming back to you in one way, shape, or form. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's powerful, man. That's powerful. And I guess as well, like thinking towards, you know, this year, we've just started, you know, a new year. Like what does 2026 look like, you know, for you? Like, can you do vision boards? Can you plan how you want the year to look out? Like,
bro,
or is it just, you know,
yeah, bro,
like going with the flow?
I do all of that. Before I was shooting sports, bro, I had sports teams on the wall, bro. And I'm looking at that, bro. I'm looking at having multiple cameras. Like, I remember when I had one, I didn't even envision. And then it's mad because when you check it and you look back, it's like, these concerts I've shot at wireless, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, these little things I've got pictures of people at big stadiums performing. That vision board is all there. But to answer your question, like, bro, it's about service, man. You know what I mean? It's about providing more for other people. So I've got a lot of projects. As I introduce myself, I don't like to box myself in. Like, I know photographer, content creator, but it's more on a business floor, providing service. And what I'm really trying to do is build like an ecosystem where all my projects are all kind of interlinked. So we got obviously Fizz Van Castle, my personal brand. That's me doing photography, BTS, almost showing people what it's like being a photographer, the behind the scenes, the good, the bad, the ugly. Do you know what I'm saying? That's my personal brand. What I'm going to do and what I'm looking to do with that, we've just launched the Creators Thread, which is like an event. So it's a face-to-face event where photographers, videographers, we can all get in a room now. You can start speaking to people that have the same camera as you, or ask certain questions about lenses, about cameras, etc. How do you get into certain industries? You know what I mean? It's just putting like-minded people within one room, like, because like I said, it's very singular. This industry is singular. So it's like, how can we collaborate rather than compete? Do you know what I mean? So Creators Thread, trying to grow that. We got Van Castle Media, that's the corporate space. So what I'm looking to do again with that is bring in shooters, bro. I've got shoots that I can go and shoot, yeah? I don't even do that. I'll call my other... like I said, I'm trying to build something. And when we was talking out there, I was talking... Remember, I was like, it's like the long-term vision. Because it's easy to just go do things by yourself and just do it. But long-term, is that how I envision my life? No. I envision myself providing for people, providing a platform for these other people, and then I just maintain the relationship with the client. So it's about, again, building that and doing more of that with Van Castle Media, Lawful Creators. So we've got an intellectual property consultancy for creators.
That's proper, man.
A lot of people know how to shoot, they're good with the camera, they're good with the buttons, they know what they're doing, but they don't know how to protect their assets. Like a lot of these works, and if someone does take, like I said, I've done free work, my photos on a billboard. If they start monetizing off of all of that, what would you do in that sense? Do you get what I'm saying? You don't know what to do with that.
Proper, man.
If you send someone an image now and they use it and they're making bread off of it, would you know what to do? Do you know what I mean? So we're starting that consultancy, Lawful Creators, where you'll be able to get advice, bring your problems to the table. We'll do workshops within universities, schools, where we're now educating people on IP, go into companies, let them know about copyrights, trademarks, you know what I'm saying, design rights, you know what I mean? Like, and then let them know the consequences of. So it's literally about, launching all those things. We got the clothing brand, Sharpshooters. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's just, you know what I mean?
Proper,
We're
man.
working, man. We're
That's
working,
proper,
bro. Trying to just interlink everything and create a community, like where people feel comfortable to be who they are and represent themselves, like with who they are naturally. Like, be comfortable with yourself. You know what I mean? Don't try and put on a front. Like, in this day and age, people are looking to, you know what I mean? People are being what they're not, and people are trying to be, like, I see a lot of content that's negative. Like, you don't always need to go down that route. Like, just do what aligns with you, innit? Do you know what I mean? And you can't go wrong.
That's powerful,
Can't go
man.
wrong.
And it seems like this venture is an opportunity it's a continued opportunity to make you and your team more more accessible to people. And one thing I want to know, if someone hits you up, whether it's DM, personally, face to face, and they want to start their journey, and they're new, they've not even bought a camera, thought about a camera, don't even know where to get a camera. They're like, yo, Fizz, you know what, I've seen your stuff and I've really had this burning, and I want to go down the photography route. Where do I start? What's your advice,
bro?
Where do they start?
Start where you can. You know what I mean? Use your network. My first ever photo shoot was my boys in Tesco car park, my brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm told the man them, on this day, let's go to the car park.
Yeah.
It was meaty pictures, bro. Deadest pictures.
Yeah.
But that's where I started. You know what I mean? You might not have the budget to use your camera. Use your iPhone. I was talking to my mum today. She said she wants to buy a camera. I said, you don't need a camera. These iPhones are so powerful. These cameras are cold. You're going to spend how much on a camera? You don't even need it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's if you're trying to do clients. Like if you're doing if you want to do it professionally. But start with where you are. Like use your iPhone. Keep learning the trade. Eventually, if you can, don't know, there's cheaper cameras. Get yourself a camera. Get out there and shoot. Like I said, when I first started, I didn't say no, bro. I was outside. Hey, serious one. I was outside, bro.
Yeah.
Any type of shoot, I was there. I didn't care about the budget. And I was consciously telling myself, it is not about money.
Yeah.
It's about relationships. Sometimes I would have to check myself. You get me? I was like, my first year, distinctively, it's not about money. Relationships first. So to answer your question, start where you are, innit? If you've got bread, you've got income, sources of income. If you're working a job and you can buy a camera, buy a camera. If you're asking what kind of camera, it depends on your budget. I'll definitely say secondhand first and foremost. Don't bother buying no brand new camera. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Buy yourself a secondhand camera and get out there and shoot as much and a variety of things. Don't see what you think is looking cool. You see, oh yeah, I love sports, you're in sports. I fell into sports, but my business is corporate. Do you know what I'm saying? But before that, like I said, I was shooting private events, studio shoots, and I still do these things, you know what I mean? It's not like, but that's not my main target audience, my main target market.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, get out there and shoot, man. Get out there, man, and just keep going. And that's another thing. Don't stop. If this is something you want to do, don't stop. Keep going, keep working, keep grinding. And the only way you fail is if you quit, man. If you don't quit, you can't fail.
No, that's amazing, man. That's amazing. And before we finish off, I just wanted to ask if there's one thing like you want to share, about your journey so far in the last 4 years, for those listening, for those who've been following your page from day one, from those who may just started following your page from listening to our podcast and the content, and they're like, you know what, like the way this guy spoke, his passion, his enthusiasm, his knowledge around, photography and content creating, I just want to lock in, like for whoever's listening, and there's one lesson you want them to learn about your journey, like, what would that lesson be?
Hey, I like that you asked me that. God first, bro.
Yeah.
That's it, bro. Put God first, trust in his plan. You can't fail, man.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong, bro. Like there's a lot of like my daily routine, the things that you don't see is what you're seeing. Is as a result of what you're seeing. Do you get me?
Yeah.
The waking up 5 a.m, doing my daily devotion, praying. You get me? Like every day, gratitude, understanding that things could be totally different. I don't need to be in this position that I'm at, but I'm here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
walking around. We're blessed. We're so blessed that we don't even understand.
Yeah.
You know
100%.
what I mean? So that is it. Like speak to God, have a relationship with God.
Yeah.
And then once you have a relationship, everything falls in your lap, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, the person you're seeing, bro, it's come to me, bro.
Yeah.
I'll be real. There's hard work,
Yeah.
but bro, I'll be lying to you if I said like this whole photography journey has been a struggle, bro. I'll be lying to you, bro.
Yeah.
And that's testament to God. That's not nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
That's because God has just opened the door because I trust in him. You know what I'm saying? Even when it might not look that it's been positive. And I feel like I'm on some preacher mode right now, but bro, it's the facts, man.
Talk your talk,
I
man.
can't lie,
Talk your talk,
bro. If you align with God, you trust in his plan, you're not failing. Everything will fall in your lap, bro. You won't have to worry about a thing. I swear to you, bro.
No, that's powerful, man. That was a powerful way to end, man. And, you know, I just want to big you up as well and just give you,
Appreciate you, my
your
brother.
flowers, man, because, you know, I've been seeing everything
Appreciate
that,
you,
you know,
man.
you've been doing online, the content creating and, you know, just seeing your growth and seeing where, you know, we've come from because, you know, the viewers won't know, but I've known you
Come
from,
on, bro.
you
I
know,
was in primary
from the
school.
youngest primary school,
Trust
man. We're
me.
talking...
Hey.
You know, 30 plus years,
Hey,
man. 30
brother.
plus years, man.
Bruv.
So I think just seeing the growth, I think, you know, is important.
No, I
and,
appreciate
you know,
that.
in this moment, again, we've just, you know, unveiled and used another learning opportunity for those who, you know, are out there and maybe considering career path changes or, you know, they've got their main job, but they're thinking, you know, what could an outside passion be for me and, you know, where can I take it, you know, etc.
And before we end, I want to give you your flowers too, bro.
No, I appreciate
because
that,
this
man.
angle, you get me, like I said, there's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of people that, their content is all about clout and it's all about negative energy. Bro, you're pushing the right energy, you know what I'm saying?
No, I appreciate
you're providing
that, man.
a platform for people to come and speak and people are learning from this, you know what I mean? So,
learning opportunities,
trust
man.
me, and
So
they
I
won't even
appreciate
know
that.
your journey as well, you get me?
Yeah. That's another testimony. That's another
honestly,
testimony.
bro, honestly,
So,
and you're here now, you know what I mean, providing a platform, people are coming here and telling their stories, you get me, and dropping gems, but that's as a result of your work and again, you understanding your calling, bro.
Yeah.
You get me, you've been called, you answered, and now we're here, so we thank God.
100%. Appreciate that. So thank you very much. That was the Too Cool for School podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow us on all of our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube page.